Hi everybody. Um, I'm here with your reading. But first I want to say I hope that light back there isn't too distracting. When I cut it off, it just seemed too dim. And I've been having like the lighting battle fight ever since we started losing daylight. And then when I left Android, but I won't bore you with those details. So for today's reading, I consulted the Goddess deck, and I'm sure those of you who've been watching my videos for a little while now know why I chose the Goddess deck. I chose the Goddess deck because, of course, we just had our super moon in Gemini. And that lunar energy is a feminine energy, and I love every opportunity I get to use my Goddess deck, especially around this time of year. And I actually did pull this card for you all yesterday for the full moon. I'm doing a video today because I just wanted to kind of digest, marinate. You know, I'll usually do that sort of thing sometimes. Depends on when I do the reading. I want to be able to come to you with all of the insight that I have based on what it is that I pulled. But I was super excited when I pulled the card that I got yesterday. The card is Maeve. And this is for cycles and rhythms. And what this card is asking us to do is to recognize that, like nature, we have our own cycles and rhythms too. So when you look at it from a natural perspective, we have changes of the seasons. We have the lunar cycles with the moon. Of course, you know, the tide, just different changes throughout the year, just in nature. We have those in our bodies emotionally, physically as well. And it's important to honor that. Now, I know a lot of us are on a journey to wholeness, wellness, searching for happiness, joy, etc., and are probably using various methods to get there. And I just like to say, even though we're doing these things, you know that there are going to be times where we feel the complete opposite of what it is we are trying to feel. And that's okay. It may not feel okay. You may feel like it's a setback. It's okay. Honor the ebbs and flows and shifts that you take. It's natural. It's wonderful, even though it might hurt or be bothersome. You know, it's another element of yourself. And one of the things that I've been trying to focus on in my journey is my shadow side. All of the things that I try to push away and bury with my logical mind, but they're really in there kind of stinging me and bothering me, I made an outlet for it. A journal. So another part of this card is taking care of the self. This could mean different things for different people. Maybe you need to take care of your body. How's your diet? Are you working out? How do you feel physically? On the other hand, it could be, how are you feeling mentally? Maybe you should talk to someone, a friend, a therapist. Take care of yourself holistically. We have shifts and flows, yes. It does not mean that we cannot have assistance with these shifts and flows. It does not mean we have no way of mitigating some of the outcomes, symptoms, effects of these cycles. So for me, I've been getting into Ayurveda. Some of you may be familiar with Ayurveda. If you're interested, you should certainly look it up. But Ayurveda basically breaks up humans into three distinct categories. You can have a mixture of these three categories. And right now, a part of my overall categorical makeup called my constitution, I have 2 major elements, and one of them is called Pitta, and Pitta is very fiery. And fire, you can get very agitated, irritated, irritable type of thing. And what I'm noticing right now is that I have like an immense amount of Pitta going on right now, to the point where I just want to flip out. It's a cycle I'm going through. So I'm trying to manage it. And you can do so with your diet, physical activity, different things. So when you start to come to know what's going on with you and you can identify it, you can do things about it. And one of the ways you can identify what's happening with you is to remain present. When you are constantly in your present moment, you can recognize subtle shifts and subtle changes that are happening with you. And right now, we did just have this supermoon in Gemini. And when I was reading The Hood Witch today, through email, so I'm not sure when I got the article exactly, but it was mentioned that Gemini, the supermoon was in Gemini. Gemini governs our hands and our nervous system. So a part of this time now is to work on caring for and healing in those areas. Me, I use a computer all day in my field. I use a computer in my recreation. I use my hands a lot in my practice, yoga. So for those of you who are using your hands a lot, and our hands, come on, we use them for practically everything. But for those of you who are using them heavy duty, just take care of yourself a little bit. Hand massage, roll it around, just do some things that are very nurturing. In general, to kind of calm your nervous system, take your salt bath, do your breath work. For those of you who aren't familiar with breath work, doing breath work is a good way to calm down your parasympathetic nervous system, which is basically your emotions. You can do some breathing exercises. And I know a lot of times they say when you get angry, just take some deep breaths. That's great. But there's other breath work that you can incorporate into your everyday life that will keep you calm before you get to the point where you need to take some deep breaths. So I'll show you one and just, explain a couple variations of it. It's called Nadi Shodhanam, and it utilizes solar, lunar energies, basically. It taps into them, the ones in your body. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us, regardless of our sex, gender, etc. And this breath work is intended, depending on how you use it, using it traditionally, it is intended to balance masculine and feminine energies. And using it in the way that I'm going to show you first is intended for releasing. And we talk about the subject of release often. This season that we are in, autumn, is breakdown season. So this is the perfect time to release things that are no longer serving you. It's also the perfect time to begin something new if that door has opened up for you. The thing about the cycles card is it's going to mean something different for everybody. So for some of you, you may feel like I'm in a lull, I'm just in this dead zone place. Roll with it. Chances are, if you were in a dead zone place, there are things that you don't understand, and it's because you might not be meant to understand. Sometimes we have to be in a very dark place where we don't know, feeling our way around, and that's the lesson that we have to learn, that it's okay to not know everything right now. That's pretty much where I'm at. Some of you could be in a place where there's an opportunity that you need to take. You probably know what it is. Take the opportunity. There's something wonderful that showed up in your life. You know, new job, new place to live, you know, another location, relocating, new relationship type of thing. So that's why this card is great, because it's something for everyone. Because since it's about cycles and rhythms, we can all be at different cycles and rhythms at different times. Okay. So back to what I was saying about the breathing. So to calm down your parasympathetic nervous system and to do some releasing, we're going to do the Nadi Shodhanam breath, but with the focus on release, what you do is you're going to only use your right hand. You put your 2 fingers at your third eye, and you put your thumb on your right nostril, and you put your ring finger on your left nostril. And what you do is you breathe into the right nostril while you're holding the left nostril closed, and you breathe in deeply. And then you switch, and then you let the air out of the left nostril. And then you repeat. So you're always breathing only in the right nostril, letting out the left nostril. And you can always set an intention for that. So you can say something like, I'm going to breathe in, you know, happiness, joy. I'm going to let out pain, stress. And when you're thinking about what you're breathing in, try to feel those emotions. And when you're thinking about what you want to release, try to feel those emotions and really feel like you're pushing it out. That's what I do, and I'm going to tell you it works. So you do that for about 2 or 3 rounds, 5 times each, and you will basically feel amazing. I know I always feel amazing. The other way to do this, to balance masculine and feminine energies, which will also calm you down, is to just completely do purely alternate nostril. So same setup, but you're going to, you can start from the left-hand side. Now, it really depends on like who you are, because I've read things and been in experiences where it says during the day you start with the right nostril because it is solar. And then you breathe in right, let out left, breathe in left, let out right. But if you start in the evening, you can breathe in left, let out right, breathe in right, let out left. So it's really up to how you want to do it. But the important thing is only the right hand. And try to do it for more than 1 round. You know, you can just do like 5 times and do it like twice. Just take your time with it, but it is beneficial if you try to fit this into your day, because it'll help you calm down. So if you have a stressful job, or you have to deal with something that you know affects you a certain type of way or gets you worked up, you can do this beforehand. You can do it before bed. It helps with calming down prior to meditation, or if you want to go to sleep. You can look it up online. I will put it in the bottom of the video. If you don't see it right away, I'll get it up there. You guys also should know where to find me on Facebook, or you can email me. People who know me in real life, I love it when you text me, message me, ask me a question, anything. I am excited for that. That's why I do these videos. So I don't want to keep you, but I certainly do hope that this message resonated with you, and that you do try some of this breath work, and that you do ask questions if you have them for me. Okay, so that's that. I will see you guys next time. Namaste.